Hello and hello. Thank you for joining me today. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about today's video that I get to react to. Top 10 German serial killers by Get Germanized. I have a fascination with serial killers in general. German serial killers, American serial killers, they'll just like get the deed done with, put you in a bag, toss you out the door on the highway and drive off. German serial killers, I feel like they're the type to cut you up, stitch you back together in some kind of small Muppet version of yourself, and use you as a nutcracker. So this should be fascinating. And it was sent in by Bettina. Thank you so much, Bettina. I have honestly been looking for a video like this for forever. She says she watches a lot of videos. She likes that I try to understand, which is funny to me. I try. I definitely don't succeed, but I try. From Bavaria, Bavarian cream. We love Bavarian cream over here in Indiana, in our donuts. She says it's important to show all sides of Germany, not just the fun, nice people. I agree. You also gotta acknowledge there's some murderers here too in this country. So let's see the top 10. Go check out Get Germanized. This guy's kind of
Mordlustigen. Ich bin Meister Lenz. Hallo, ihr Mordlustigen.
Guys, I'm really hoping there's some English in this video. I'm turning on the
Ich bin Meister Lenz and I'm going to show you Germany's top 10 serial killers. So shut up and get murdered Germanized.
All on board. What should I do? Ah, ich weiß.
Okay. I was really worried there at the beginning that this would be only in German. And I talked it all up just for nothing, then I'd have to delete the video. Thank goodness.
Our
it's in
first
English.
German serial killer is, on place number 10, Horst David, aka der Würger von Regensburg, the Wrangler of Regensburg.
The Wrangler of Regensburg.
Horst David worked as a painter and killed 7 people in the course of 17 years. Even though he was married.
Those are the type that get away with it for a long time when they're slow. 17 years. That's only less than one every 2 years, man. He tried to control his urges.
He spent a lot of his money
you gotta respect that. Not really.
on prostitutes and got him and his family in financial trouble. He choked his first victims, 2 prostitutes, to death after they tried to charge him more than they agreed on initially.
That's crazy. The crazy part is that you'd think the other one could have gotten away. I am not trying to be funny, by the way. I'm just honestly analyzing the situation that I'm hearing. You would have thought the second one could try to get away while he was getting the first one. But I bet you she tried to help. I bet that's, yeah. Okay, anyway.
Some of his later victims, one of them...
It's kind of awkward talking about this stuff. Like, I'm not trying to be lighthearted about it. Hopefully it's old, that at least, you know. The older... Because it can be too soon, you know what I mean? I hope this wasn't last week.
His landlady, others elderly women, were killed after they refused to lend him money. The police believes that he might have killed several more people for financial reasons. The Wrangler was sentenced to life in prison by the Landgericht München and remains in Straubing prison unto this day. On place number 9 is Paul Ogorzow, aka der S-Bahn-Mörder, the subway/tram murderer. He was a murderer in a country that was full of murderers at the time. From 1933 to 1945, in Nazi Germany, Paul Ogorzow terrorized the women of Berlin. His first victim was Gerda Ditter. In October 1940, her body was found covered in stab wounds with strangulation marks around her neck. Corpses started appearing near the S-Bahn, a railway running through...
It is interesting to think about murderers during that time period. It's almost like the whole country was a little bit busy with all the other stuff going on, that it probably was kind of easy to get away with some crime. I don't know. That could have just been this guy.
Through the city. They'd all been bashed in the head before being thrown off the train. While the newspapers tried to downplay the attacks, the public was terrified of the S-Bahn murder. Many women working in the munition factories traveled home late at night and were often on trains during the nightly blackouts.
That would be
terrifying. Intended to keep the city safe from bombers, the nightly blackouts made it actually easier for the murder.
I mean, if someone did this here in America, honestly, it wouldn't affect anybody. Nobody takes the train. But in Germany, terrifying.
murderer. When the police finally found Ogorzow, they had trouble accepting the truth. He was actually a Nazi and member of the SA. He was then found guilty of 8 counts of murder and executed via guillotine. The irony here is that at least one member of the officers that brought Ogorzow down...
Bring back the guillotine. I don't know. I decided that would be something I'd stand up for. Bring it back, but now I'm not sure. Maybe don't. I don't know.
Later on went
It's a little bit barbaric.
to lead an execution squad in Eastern Europe. On place number 8,
But for people like that, sometimes it seems warranted.
Joachim Georg,
Ooh, this guy, yeah.
Kroll.
See, this is the guy that would turn you into a Muppet.
der Menschenfresser von Duisburg. The man-eater from Duisburg.
What did I
Kroll
say?
killed about 8 to 14 people and partially ate some of them. With a low IQ of 76 and as a known bedwetter,
76.
Kroll began to
A known bedwetter.
perform sexual acts on butchered animals early on in his life. His murders started in 1955 after the death of his mother. His first victim was Hermann Schmitz. Kroll
I'm going to say something kind of like, I don't know. It's probably not politically correct, but if you get murdered, it would make me even more mad getting murdered by someone with a 76 IQ. Like, that's insulting. I would at least want them to be like an evil genius.
surprised him and his girlfriend while they were having sex in their car. Hermann Schmitz got out of the car after Kroll stepped the car's tires and was heavily wounded in a fight with the attacker. He then later bled to death in his girlfriend's arms after she managed to escape with the car. Also in 1976, Kroll killed a 4-year-old girl. When he blocked the toilet by trying to flush down her intestines, the police got suspicious and arrested him.
What did I say? This is even worse than the Muppet stuff.
Then discovered a freezer with bagged remains and also 2 hands, 2 feet and arms in a pot on the stove. Kroll was sentenced to life in prison but died of a heart attack early on. On place number 7, Peter Kürten, der Vampir von Düsseldorf. The Vampire of Düsseldorf.
Of Dusseldorf. I feel like Dusseldorf has turned out some killers. Because I don't know why, but I just think that. I feel like he's not the only guy of Dusseldorf who's...
The brutality with which he performed his murders grabbed the attention of an international crowd. His case also became well known in the entire Republic of Weimar. He received his nickname the Vampire after he killed a young swan and drank its entire blood in December 1929.
I'm just going to turn off the captions because I'm kind of reading them and they are absurdly wrong.
Against number 9 is Paul Ogorzow, aka der...
I need to figure out where I was. I think I hit a button or something. Somehow it went back. Okay.
Received his nickname the Vampire after he killed a young swan and drank its entire blood in December 1929.
How do they know it was the entire blood?
Against public belief, it seems so, as if he
Who checked the swan? Like, is there any left in there? Damn, he drank the entire blood out of that swan.
He ever drank the blood of his other victims. At the age of 16, Kürten was taken in by the police for several break-ins and arson. He served 3 years in prison in 1905 and then committed his first murder 1913. He slit a 9-year-old girl's throat while breaking into her house. He lost the tissue with his initials on it at the crime scene, but since the father of the girl had the same initials, the police suspected him at first. Kürten later killed 8 people.
Wow. That is truly horrific. And the fact that it just happened to be to a father who had the same initials and he carved, oh my God. And so he's now being accused of killing his own daughter. And it was really that, oh my gosh, this guy's bad. That is, wow.
With a dagger, hammer, and scissors. And when the police closed in on him, he admitted the murders to his wife, who then suggested that they should commit suicide together. Kurt denied her request and wanted to flee the city instead. The wife did not like this and told the police about his escape plan. He was then arrested not much later. Kürten was beheaded and his brain examined by scientists. And if you want, you can have a look at his mummified head in Ripley's Believe It or Not in Wisconsin Dells. On place number 6, Adolf Seefeldt.
Wait, Wisconsin?
In Ripley's Believe It or Not in Wisconsin Dells. On place
Wisconsin? The state? Here? I can go see it? What's Delts?
Place number 6, Adolf Seefeldt, Onkel Tic-Tac, or...
TikTok? The TikTok killer?
Der Sandmann, Uncle TikTok, or the Sandman. Adolf Seefeldt was born 1870 in Potsdam and died 1936 in Schwerin by beheading with a guillotine. The clockmaker Adolf Seefeldt sexually abused and killed at least 12 boys during his time. All his victims wore sailor outfits and were found by the police looking like they were peacefully asleep, without any signs of violence or struggle. It was suspected at first that he used a self-made poison or chloroform. Later on, author Hans Pfeiffer claimed that Seefeldt might have induced a hypnotic sleep on the children, then abused them and left them in the woods, hoping they would freeze to death. Seefeldt himself was probably raped by 2 men at the age of 12, which might have led to the murders. Since he made it look like
that is fascinating to...
the victims died of a natural cause, the police suspected that he might have killed over 100 people, but was never able to prove it. Don't forget to rate this video and click here.
You know what? I do have to rate this video. Oh my god, you know why he said that? This video is 8 years old. That's back when there were stars on YouTube. So you would rate it 1 to 5 stars. I thought it was kind of funny how he said, be sure to rate this video. Wow. All right.
Here if you want to see who the last 5 serial killers are, or find the link to the video in the video description. And now we're gonna have a look at some of your comments. Make me smile 701.
Oh, it's over. Dang it. I mean, I guess I should have known that. He probably said that was the last one, but...
One says, why do German hands are sweet? Only German. Fetish level hard. And new equipment seems great.
German hands are sweet? Does he answer that?
Okay, thank you. Thanks. In the piece of...
You got sweet hands. You got sweet hands, boy. That was very fascinating. I think I was pretty accurate, considering there's all these dudes eating children and stuff and putting their intestines in things. I think I was right. There's some creepy German serial killers, let's be honest, folks. I mean, there are 2 here in America, but yeah. Thank you for watching. Go check out Get Germanized down below. And I'll see you here tomorrow. Goodbye.